Hi, it's Viva and Anya, and we're here doing a joint video submission because we're working full time, so it's really hard to fit it in. So we decided to do it together and help each other out while we're doing it. So we're just gonna call out the questions and then we're each gonna say our answers to them.
Cool. So we printed them off. We printed them on A3.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna answer.
They're obnoxiously large.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are your strengths?
So I'd say my strengths are professionalism and my ability to go with the flow when plans change really last minute, or things don't go as planned. I'm pretty good at just adapting really quickly and not just adapting to new plans and making things work with the current situation. And what would you say are your biggest strengths?
I wrote down I think that I'm passionate about things. Like, I think I'm interested in design, and I think that my passion is a strength of mine. And then I also think that professionalism, just like us working in an office for 3 months, I feel like we have got probably more professional, and I think that's a nice strength to start third year with. And then maybe we'll go back and forth with questions or whatever.
Yeah.
And then for my weaknesses, I said that I'm really bad at remembering people's names. That I've had to get really good at that here because everyone wants you to remember their name, and it's really bad. And also then just if I'm referencing a designer, I want to be able to remember their name. Anyways, and then another thing is I think I can be bad at not taking work personally. If I made it, I feel like it's an output of me, not necessarily. I want to be able to be more detached with the work that I'm outputting. What about you?
I'd say procrastination, because they're pretty you make your own deadlines, or they're pretty lax with the deadlines because it's public sector. But I don't do anything for ages at the start, and then I'm just doing it all at the end in a rush. And then I'd say just confidence I want to build, because in working in the internship there's stuff going out and talking to people and doing user testing and stuff like that, and it's kind of hard to I find it hard to talk to people, or to be oh, this is actually what you need to do. Or sometimes people can even be hostile when you're working in Dublin City Council, and I wish I was more just able to talk at people when they're not exactly in the best mood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even just talking to my boss or anything like that, just have the confidence to say what I want, or say just say what I want, or what I'd like to have, just have more confidence. Or if there's a task that I want to do, say I want to do that, just more confidence on both sides.
Yeah, makes sense. And what would you say the projects that best represent you are?
My projects are from college. The last project we did is my speculative design project, because it was in an area I was really interested in. I've written essays about speculative design before, so I was really excited to do it. And also it was one of the few solo projects that we get to do, so I really wanted it to be my own and to reflect me even when I was making it. And then in Dublin City Council we've done projects that I'm so this is so a bit of me. We're doing a project that's public barbecues, and trialing that out, and testing things and trialing things and collecting data, and I love that. And I would say the barbecue project from Dublin City Council has been my favourite so far.
Yeah, makes sense. I said for the projects that best represent me is the project I did with Siobhan, the Considerate Care one. Thought that really represented something that I feel really passionately about and I was really interested in. And then also the work that I do here has been really interested, and I think it represents me currently as a designer. I look back at a lot of projects I did in college and they're so bad. I feel they're not that good. When you enter industry, you're oh, I don't know. I think that my work here represents me on a skill level better than maybe my projects in college would. And then I'll just answer the next one. And then what excites me is I really enjoy I think something that I like about myself as a designer is I think I have a thirst for knowledge. I just really enjoy, and it doesn't really matter what it is, but I just really enjoy entering a project or a workplace or, you know, a lecture and not really knowing anything about it. I really enjoy new perspectives, new areas of, you know, just being able to access knowledge. And then also it excites me to be able to help people in any way. That's kind of quintessential what I do. I just genuinely do get excited about that. What about you?
What excites me is before the internship, it was definitely like speculative design, and then from the internship, two things that like I didn't really think that I would get really excited about is service design, which we did in college, which like I thought it was good. Our project got a good grade and stuff like that, but I feel like coming into industry, you know how important it is, and like
definitely
it's so important, and it's like actually makes such a big difference. So service design now really excites me, and also urban design. Also, since coming into Dublin City Council, like just like really opening your eyes to like urban design and like seeing how important it is and how like big of a difference it can make and how cool it is, and that like those things just excite me. I'd love to do something that could combine all three of those.
Yeah, makes sense. And what do you think you've progressed in the most?
I was saying like I think my taste has progressed the most, like seeing so many different projects and just like seeing all this amazing work, and I think like my standards have gone up as to like what is good. And also like before, especially in like web design and UI, I was always struggling with like I know this looks really bad, but I don't know why it looks really bad. So I think I'm starting to develop an eye of like why it looks bad.
Yeah.
And then I'm able to fix it better. So what about you?
Yeah, interesting that you said about taste. Like Ray, my boss, who you all know from the service design project he hosted, he always talks about how your ability is relative to your taste. So as your taste goes up, so will your ability, but your taste should always be above your ability, and it always will be. And yeah, definitely going in here and just researching more, learning more about, you know, meeting designers. Cleve and I both worked with like external designers. You were working with Jerry, then I was working with John from Context Studio, and just like being able to see design outside of DCC but also within it. Definitely I progressed more in my standard for what I want to output as a designer. And then overall just like presentation, like I think my presentation in college was good for the format of, you know, creativity, Erasmus applications, but then the formatting for something more professional is very different. So I think I have a more well-rounded presentation skills, both like public speaking, but also just formatting a presentation or formatting a document for, sorry, I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but like the documents that I'd be preparing in college would be for a very specific type of person to read, and they'd all be designers. And in here, a lot of my work is like I am a communicator for Ray and James and their work, and they, you know, the title that I've been given is creating tools for purposeful conversation. So my work has had to meet the standards and meet the psyche, for lack of a better word, of people who I don't really know a lot about and are a lot older than me and have a lot more experience. So it's definitely pushed me in formatting and presentation. And then for what areas need more effort, Cleve is really good at videos. You've always been really good at video prototyping. I'm really bad at it. I don't know why, but my videos always look really bad, and I would love, like, I haven't been doing any videos here, but I need to get better at that. It's just not a strength of mine. I don't know why. And then also I just really like to learn how to use Blender. Don't know, that's just something. Yeah. What about you?
I want to develop my service design skills. Yeah. Like I'd like to be able to do really rapid service design. Yeah. And like have confidence in that, because I feel like if I was doing another internship, I'd want to do it in somewhere that had like service design, or maybe it was like a consultancy. So I'd want to be able to do things really rapidly, like like hardly have to think deeply about them. Just be like done, 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 done.
100%.
And so like I'd like to know, like get better at that, at like journey mapping and service blueprints and stuff like that. And then I also really want to learn Blender.
Yeah, it's just, I just think it looks really good. And also like that's, yeah, I agree with the pace. Like the pace here is slow. It's public sector, and also in college, like it is really quick in college, but like you can say to your tutor, like, or your professor or whatever, oh, like, I had a hard day, I didn't get my project in time, and they'll understand that. But in a private consultancy, I think we just have no exposure to that, so I think that would definitely be something good. So do you want to talk about
Yes.
the practitioner?
So I decided to look at Superflux as my company because I really like them. They're a speculative design company, and they were founded by John Arden and Anab John, who both graduated from the Royal College of Art in London with the Masters in Interaction Design. And I really like them because like they're like all the things that I like. They look a lot at cities, look a lot like the future of cities, like speculative design, urban design, like they do service design, they do everything. And like I really like, they have like endless projects that relate to like cities. They do stuff with air quality, they do stuff with like advertising around cities, but like one of the good ones is like mitigation of shock, and they have one based in London and Singapore, and it's just looking at like cities in the future and looking at like human living in the future. And like, yeah, I just love that. And the
I think you answered that.
oh yeah, so what can I learn from their approach is just being critical, looking at the finer details. Like they have all the tiniest details thought of, and they do a lot of research, and a lot of their projects are like you experience them, like either through like smell, touch, taste, and all that stuff. And like maybe how this can influence my own practice is like thinking out of the box, you know, like not doing standard things, like being more creative than that. So yeah, that's who I chose. And Anya, who did you choose?
I chose Dark Matter Labs. I chose them because Ray talks about them all the time, and I've just learned a lot about them through him. And it's like some of the work that I've been doing here is a lot about property, and you know, what does data visualization look like in like a speculative future for property. And I really like their project MAT, M-A-T, then capital OR, and it was just reimagining our relationship with properties, and I thought it was relevant to talk about in this video because I've been looking a lot about them. The Adam Purvis is one of the people that work there, and they do a lot. They're like, the company itself is all about miscoding systems, and that can be like psychological or economical. And before here, I've always had a really interest in like systems and networks and, you know, system thinking, cybernetics. I wrote a few essays on that, and I really like, there's a lot of lectures on NCAD that are also really interested in it. So I just think that Dark Matter Labs are a really good encapsulation of my more academic interests and then also my more design interests, and that's what I really like. Same with Superflux, like it's just really research based, and
they're very similar companies. Yeah.
And then I'm kind of leading into the next point, but for what area discipline we'll be working within in the future, that's something that I'm personally really interested in. I think I do a joint honours for visual culture, and I'm really interested in research. Could really see myself being in user research or service design. So yeah, that Dark Matter Labs, like, it just felt like an obvious choice for me to talk about. But yeah, what area and discipline could you see yourself working within?
I like what I've been doing so far in Dublin City Council, which is like trying to make change in the council and doing trials and stuff like that, like trying to test out new ideas that are kind of fun, and like actually like you think people will be really into them, but then like there's all this red tape, or like people actually aren't that into them. But basically, like I really like urban design, but I don't think that I would want to I would want to work in a city council, because public sector is a bit slow. It doesn't pay as much as private sector, and also I kind of want to work with other designers. I don't want to be like the only designer in the office.
Yeah.
So my dream is to work with like a consultancy or a private company that works with like city councils to try like make change, and I really like that. And yeah, I think that's it, and I could kind of do that anywhere in any city.
Yeah, I didn't answer the other two. I would definitely work for other people. I don't think couldn't really see myself having my own company. Definitely not for the first few years after graduate. Like, I just think that's too much pressure. I would definitely want to work with people, and yeah, again, work with other designers. I think I would be interested in working somewhere where there's not just designers. Like I like that. Like where I'm working with some people who are very rooted in data and very technical roles, and they view the work really differently to me, and it's really interesting to see how they view, you know, a piece of information so differently to me, and it kind of pushes me to go further. I don't know. And then where in the world this might be, I have no idea. I don't really mind. Like, I'm probably Europe somewhere, but I'm not sure. But yeah, did we answer everything?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the video. Yeah, hopefully it was okay that we did it together. We just thought it would be more, also just a bit more natural. I feel like we didn't really want to be talking and
Yeah.
So yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our video.
Yes.
Yeah, I won't see you all for a while. So
I'll see you I'll see you on Monday.
So hope everyone's good and enjoy the video. Okay, bye.
Bye.